Hey guys, welcome back to iTutorTherapy, back with another video. This is teacher Adele, and today we're going to talk about some mistakes that you might be making without knowing that can actually get you a complaint or a bad rating. Let's begin. So, I have done a lot of research and I have seen what is already out there. And today we're not going to talk about the things that are already out there. Like, for example, they say don't eat in the classroom, don't drink, don't talk to clients about sensitive topics like money or politics, don't talk about China versus Taiwan and all that stuff. Well, that's cool. However, there are some small things that you could be doing that can actually make the client not happy or just piss off the wrong client in the wrong time who's just not having a great day, and he could decide to come after you for that. The first example of that is actually opening other tabs while in the classroom and jumping between them. That gives the client the feeling that you are distracted. Whether you think they can see it or not, you're still risking it because they can see your eyes, they can see where your eyes are looking, and if they are not looking at the camera or down at the keyboard because you're typing something, they might feel you're looking at something else, you're reading something else, and they can actually report you. Also, just so you know, sometimes in certain lighting conditions, when you jump between tabs, they can see the light of the screen changing because maybe one page is brighter than the other page, and they can see you jumping between pages, or they can see the flickering of the light reflected on your face. And that very well could be a very good reason for them to complain about you and go straight after you and tell them, hey, this guy was distracted, was not paying attention, he was doing something else while he was in class. Especially if you were wearing glasses. Never do that because they can show and reflect everything you're looking at. Yeah, these are not my glasses. So yeah, don't worry, I don't have that bad taste. Okay, so assuming you're not doing that and you're not jumping between tabs so they will not see anything, but you still have maybe two pages open side by side and you jump between them sometimes, clients can also hear it when you type on the keyboard. The noise of the keyboard is very easily distinguishable from your microphone. So if they feel that you are typing and they don't see anything on their page, on their whiteboard, you are not typing anything inside the classroom, you're just typing another message to someone else. I've heard of some people actually getting reported and getting a complaint from the client because they were doing the progress report while they were in another class. Now, that means do not do anything that will make the client feel that you are not paying attention to them. Don't engage in any other activity while being in the classroom with the client. You might risk it that he will not notice, you might risk it and do it and he will not care, but if you run into the wrong client who's just not having the best day, he's going to transfer a little bit on you and it's going to be his right to complain, and guess what? They're going to come after you because still you were not acting 100% professionally and you were busy with something else while you're already in class. Another one is actually not beginning the class on time, and you're like, doy, that's actually not exactly news. We already all know that. Yes, but what you don't know that sometimes if you don't literally, the second the timer starts to count down from the actual class time, click on the camera button and start the class, you are risking receiving a complaint. I personally have received a complaint from a student because I was fumbling for I couldn't find my mouse, I think, and I started the session literally like 20 seconds later after the countdown timer started, and I already received a complaint directed at me. Not just a low rating, I didn't get a low rating, he just went above and beyond to make sure that he lets the people at iTutor Group know that I started my class a few seconds late. So even though it might sound like nothing, they might still have the right and the reason to complain about you. And it will not matter how long you stayed with them past the end of the class. Maybe you stayed with them 10 extra minutes or something, or 5 minutes. You stayed with them more than that, but still, they insisted on going after you and complaining, and that's not very good. Now, as for the fourth reason you might actually receive a complaint is using your phone during the class. Now, that's an obvious one. You should not use your phone, you should not text, you should not mess around on your phone while you are in class. However, even if you use the phone for class purposes, like for example, you want to show them a picture from Google Images on your phone because the upload picture function is not working. Do not do that. If you want to show them something on your phone, play a music on your phone, show them a video on your phone, do not do that. For the few moments you are looking down to find that picture or to find that video, a client might think that you're just playing around on your phone or not make the connection that you're looking for something for them and might complain. And when they do complain, the people at iTutor group tend to check the recording, and if they find you looking down and doing this because you are on your phone, they're gonna come after you and tell you, hey, you're not supposed to use your phone during the class, and that's not very good. Now, another reason that can actually get you a complaint while you are in the classroom, even though it's a very innocent thing, and actually some students might like it, is actually trying to speak Chinese or using Chinese in the classroom. Now, some students might be like, oh my god, teacher, you speak Chinese, that is so funny. And some of them are like, oh yeah, that is so cool. And some people's like, hey, why are you speaking Chinese? I'm here to learn English, I don't want that. So be careful with those people. If there is a student that you do not know, that you think they might be this type of student who complains too much, then do not try to do any of the things we talked about today because he might use any of these reasons. As for speaking Chinese in the classroom, it's a big taboo and you should not do that. If you do it once or twice to make the client laugh or something, that's maybe okay. But if you rely on speaking Chinese or using Chinese from Google Translate to simplify things for the client, you might run into a client who doesn't like that and he can report you, and that's not very good for you. Also, one of those things is like speaking or using Chinese in the session with a student who's a junior. He might like it, he might understand you, he might get excited, and he's like, Mama, the teacher knows Chinese. And then the mom will complain about it and report you, because maybe the mom didn't like that. So there is always a risk of being complained against or reported when you use Chinese text or Chinese words in the classroom. So be careful with that. Now, why am I mentioning all these things? Because even though these small complaints are nothing and they rarely happen, but do not forget that in most of our service agreements, we should not have more than one complaint per 125 taught clients. So if you are not very lucky and within the span of a short period of time you receive 2 of these complaints, you might be kicked out or you might have some serious consequences. So this is why, even though these things are not very obviously important, but they are still can get us kicked out. So let's be careful. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I did this one kind of solo today. I didn't have a cameraman, so this was like vlogging style iTutorTherapy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something from this video, and I promise I'm gonna go back to doing your requested videos on Facebook starting the next video. Good luck, happy teaching, take care. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.